I would describe the concept of Verstehen in my own words by, mm, I would simply say that it's just basically having a way of understanding people's lives. Uh, just trying to figure out what's happening in that individual's life. What motivates them, what keeps them, what makes them happy, what makes them upset. What really just drives that person emotionally and mentally. Also, some some examples of rituals that we use here, and that like are a form of social bonds for people living in the United States are weddings. Because like the article mentioned, it did a great job of explaining the fact that weddings are not just between two people, you know, getting married with one another. It's also about two entire families joining each other. Um, you know, you now have twice as many family members once somebody gets married. You have a bunch of second cousins, stepbrothers, in-laws. So it's just marriages are just so great for that, as far as because they're also very social. There's a lot of social activity that goes on at weddings because they're celebrating two people that love each other. So that's weddings are definitely a great social event as well as a celebration. Um, Also, people who belong to groups, in my personal opinion, I believe it's very good to be part of groups because they could benefit you greatly by setting you up for success. An example of this could be one of my best friends, actually, he's a Harvard. He went to Harvard, and he's in the Harvard Fox Club. And what that is basically it's kind of like a fraternity for people at Harvard. And the great thing about that is he's formed connections with a bunch of individuals who have ultimately led him to a lot of employers. And he now is graduating from Harvard, and he's immediately going to have a job because not only because he was a good student, but because he made great connections and was part of a great club at Harvard University that ultimately made him getting a job very easy. And as far as how social media plays a role in how people interact, I would say it has a I would say it has a huge impact because as far as our social bonds, because a lot of people don't really go out anymore to interact. It's more so done through social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and this is starting to be seen now even with jobs because there's an app called LinkedIn where employers are basically looking through you on social media and basically accessing your resume and things of that nature. So social media is definitely impacting the world in a lot more ways than people are realizing.